Good morning, everyone. Matthew with Be Different. This morning, I ran across a verse in Matthew 8, and it reads something like this. And Jesus got into the boat, and his disciples followed him. Out of nowhere, a vicious storm blew over the sea. Waves were lapping up over the boat, threatening to overtake it. Yet Jesus was asleep. Frightened, not to mention confused, how could anyone sleep through this? The disciples woke him up, screaming, I imagine, Lord, save us. We're going to drown. Jesus said, Please, what are you so afraid of, you of little faith? Jesus got up, told the wind and the waves to calm down, and they did. The sea became still and calm once again. The disciples were astonished. I'm sure they're like, you know what I mean? And the disciples said, Who is this? What sort of man is he that the sea and the winds listen to him? Now, I read you this short story in Matthew 8, verse 23, because isn't our life like that? We're going along in our boat. We're just rowing along, no big deal, going along through life. Not really paying attention. I take this as not really paying attention to God. Just kind of doing our own thing. Everything's peaceful. Everything's calm. Then all of a sudden, something comes along in life and it hits you. And your boat is rocking. Your boat is shaking. Waves are crashing against it. It's raining. You can't see. Everything is upside down. You are about to go upside down. You're about to capsize. You're about to flip over. It's over. It's coming. It's in your face. It's done. You're done. The devil has won. But God stands up and says, I don't think so. And totally gone. Isn't that crazy? That God can do that for one. God can come into a situation and be like, we're done here. And then the situation vanishes. That alone is impressive and amazing. And know that He is the all-powerful God. Now, the second thing that I take away from that particular story there, parable I guess it were, is that we need to trust in God more before our boat gets all crazy and out of control. Because our lives can easily get crazy and out of control. However, it's usually when it gets crazy and out of control when we start to pray to Him. Have you noticed all the movies when somebody gets cancer, somebody gets into a situation they can't get out of, their relationship's about to break up, name it. And when it's a situation that it's hard to get out of, all of a sudden we're turning to God to say, God, I need you to, we're praying, God, I need you to come into my situation where He should be in our life every day. We should have a relationship with Him. And so our boat doesn't have to get so rocky. Our life doesn't have to capsize or flip over. Our life doesn't have to get crazy. And God wants that everyday relationship. He doesn't want to do these one-off, miracles. And so, hey, thanks God. And, I don't need you now, so let's put you back on the shelf here and go about our day. And, I'll call you the next time my boat starts rocking. And I would encourage you guys today to have a relationship with God so your boat doesn't have to get that way. Your life doesn't have to get crazy. And, you're relying so heavily on God to come through there, you don't see any other way out. And yes, it is important to rely on God because He gives us a lot of responsibility because He wants us to put our faith in Him and trust in Him and know that He can take care of it. And yes, it's also important to put our trust in God, even though, when our boat starts rocking, which will happen anyway, that we put our trust in Him. It's also important that we do it every day. And I love you guys. I appreciate you for being different than everyone else around the world, and that you have a great day. We'll see you next time.